All right, so in this video, we're going to learn how we solve two-step inequality, how we solve and graph two-step inequalities. So we're going to start with number one here, and so we get x over 2 plus 3 greater than 9. So we need to get rid of 3 first. So we're going to subtract 3 on both sides, right? So we're going to subtract 3 here, and that will be x over 2 greater than 6. Right? And the next step is we need to get rid of 2 in the denominator here. So we need to multiply by 2. So we're going to multiply by 2 here. So let's multiply by 2. All right, I'm going to multiply by 2 here. And we're going to simplify 2 here. So we're going to get x greater than 12. Now, how we graph this? So we know x is greater than equal, not equal. So 12 would be excluded from the solution set. So it's going to be 12 as open circle because 12 is not included because we don't have equals here, right? So we don't have equals there. So it's going to be x greater than 12. So we're going to see all the values to the right of 12, right? And make sure you have an arrow here that go all the way to positive infinite. So that's going to be for number 1. Right, so let's start for number 2. All right, so for number 2, we got 4x plus 5 less than or equal to 13. So we're going to subtract 5 first, right? So we're going to subtract 5 both sides. And we will have 4x less than or equal to 8. And the next step, we need to get rid of 4. So we will divide by 4. We're going to divide by 4, right? And we will have x less than or equal to 2. So as we can see here, we have 2 is included in the solution set because we have x less than or equal, right? Or equal to 2. So it's going to be shaded circle right here, and all the values to the left side. Hey, let me just change the color here. So we're gonna have shaded, mean 2 is included, right? All the values to the left of 2. All right, so for number 3, we got 7x minus 19 less than 16. As we can see here, we got negative 19, so we need to cancel the negative 19. So we're gonna add the opposite of negative 19, which is positive 19, right? And that's gonna be 7x less than 35, less than 35. And we can, the next step, we need to get rid of 7. So we're going to divide by 7 right here, right? And that will be x, right? That will be x less than 5. All right, to graph the solution here, we got, since 5 is not included because x less than 5, not equal. So it's going to be from 5 as open circle, and all the numbers to the left of 5. All the numbers to the left of 5. In this question, we got a fraction here. We get x minus 4 over 5. Greater or equal to 2, right? So the first thing let's try to get rid of the fraction. So we need to cancel the 5. Now remember, 5 is a denominator, so we need to multiply by 5, right? So we need to multiply by 5 here, right, on both sides. And that's going to be x minus 4 greater than or equal to 10, right? So the next step, we're just gonna add 4 because we need to cancel negative 4. So we're gonna add the opposite here, the opposite. And that will be x greater than 14, right? And that's the answer. So we have all the values. Since we have 14, we have equal, x greater than or equal to 14. So 14 is included in the solution set. It's going to be like it's going to be like shaded circle for 14 and all the values to the right of 14. On this question we get, for number 5, we get 9 plus 3x greater than 12. So we need to cancel the 9 first. So we're going to subtract 9, right, from both sides, from 9 and 12. So that's going to be 3x greater than 3, because 12 take away 9 is 3. And we will divide by 3 in both sides for the next step, because I have multiplication, so I need to divide by 3 in order to cancel the 3, right? And we're gonna have x greater than 1, and that's gonna be the answer. So in this case, we got x greater than 1, so 1 is not included because we don't have equality there, and that's gonna be like 1 all the way to the right side of 1. And this is how we graph this problem, this inequality. For number 6 here, we got 3x minus 4 less than or equal to 5, right? So again, the first thing we have to add 4 in both sides, right? So we got like 3x less than 9, and the next step we need to cancel 3, and we're just gonna divide by 3 on both sides. And we got like x, right? We got like x less than or equal to 3, right? That's going to be the answer. In this case, as we can see, we have 3's included because we have equal right here, right? So it's going to be like shaded circle and all the numbers to the left of 3, right? Just to remind you, some textbooks, especially in colleges, and also in high schools, that instead to have circle, they have open bracket and closed bracket. So sometimes you may see some textbook they have like this. This is like closed bracket indicate is the number is included. So it's going to be like 3 is included. So that's going to be open bracket, right? For number 7 here, I got x over 8 plus 1 less than 3, right? So again, the same thing, we need to get rid of 1, right? Which is going to be, you're going to subtract 1 in both sides. And it's going to be like x over 8 less than 2. The next step, I have to get rid of 8 as a denominator here. This is like 1 over 8. So in order to cancel the 8, right, as a denominator here, I need to multiply by 8 as a numerator here. So I'll multiply by 8 here. And that's going to be x less than 16. X less than 16. In this case, it's going to be all the value to the 16, right, to the left of 16 right here. It's going to be open circle because 16 is not included. All right, in this question, I will change do some changes here. I want to add the negative sign here, right? So instead to have 2x plus 5, I would have negative 2x plus 5. And the reason why we want to learn how we deal with when we cancel a negative value, what's going to happen to the inequality. Are we going to reverse the inequality? When you multiply by negative or you divide by negative, what's going to happen to the inequality? So let's start with this one here. So I have negative 2x plus 5 greater than or equal to 19. So the first thing, we need to get rid of 5, right? So I will add the opposite value in both sides. I will subtract 5 from both sides, and that will be negative 2x greater than or equal to 14, right? Because 19 take away 5 is 14. And the next step is I need to get rid of negative 2. So we'll divide by negative 2, right, on both sides here. And that will be x, and the 14 divided by negative 2, that would be negative 7. Now what's going to happen to the inequality? Since I divided by negative value, the inequality would be reversed, right? So we'll change the direction of the inequality. Instead of greater than or equal to negative 7 would be less than or equal to negative 7, right? And that's going to be From -7, we have shaded circle because we have equality there, equal, right? And that's going to be all the values to the left of -7.